We're talking about prayer, and this week we're talking about prayer of wisdom, and we're using Psalm 32. Psalm 32 is really the story of someone who was doing their own thing, seeking their own way, really relying on themselves, and finding out it doesn't go too well. And they ask the Lord for confession and forgiveness, and God shows his mercy. And then they realize something new. That if they pray to God, that God is there. And that God doesn't just forgive, he's also willing to lead and show. That in the middle of this very complex and broken world, where we don't always know what to do and how to live out God's will and to do what's good, that God is there and willing to lead. And God sort of gives his last words in verse 10 of Psalm 32. Many are the woes of the wicked, but the Lord's unfailing love surrounds the man who trusts in him. That's really what it means to trust in God. To trust in God is to basically say that God shows us his will through many different ways, including scripture, but also through prayer. And that a person who goes to prayer and seeks God's wisdom, God's leading, God's will, and listens is really a person who trusts God. And the person who trusts in God will find himself surrounded by God's love and mercy each and every day. And that's really what the invitation to us is about. It's about going to God in prayer, seeking his will, not ours. And when we do that, we trust in God, and God surrounds us with his mercy and grace, and we live that out each day. And that's my hope for each one of us.